What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Open Table Sports Podcast. Today it's just me and Antonio. You're familiar with him from the first episode. The past couple episodes it's just been me and Angelo, or me and LJ from Florida. But right now it's just me and him. Mainly we're going to be covering the NFL, MLB. There's not really much NBA news since it's kind of like the middle of the season. So today, just NFL and MLB because of the off season. NFL because we're kind of in between regular season and playoffs. There's a lot of firings. There's a lot of releases. That's pretty much it for today. As always, we have the kickoff talk first, and then we have the rundown. We don't have any halftime viewer mail because we really didn't put it out in time to get some questions. So we don't have any halftime viewer mail, but we do have a lot of NFL talk for today because we do have the playoffs and a lot of head coach firings, which Antonio has for us. So we'll just kick off with NFL playoff breakdown. We talked a little bit on it last week and the week before, and even the week before that, talking about who's going to make it, who might not make it. What are your thoughts on who made the playoffs?
I think it was good. I'm really happy for Lamar Jackson being able to be the only rookie in the playoffs. Shouts out to Baker, though. He's still going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, in my opinion.
Do you think he wins it over Barkley?
Yeah, I think he does.
I don't know, because he had more like value to his team.
Yeah,
Baker.
That's the only thing I give it to.
Like Giants didn't win games because of, you know what I mean?
The Giants.
Yeah. Like Saquon didn't put them in that like prime position to win. If he did, we might have seen him win MVP
for sure.
But the playoffs are going to be interesting this year. This weekend we have Colts, Texans, Chargers, Ravens, my Chargers. And then we have Eagles, Bears, and then what's the other NFC game? It's Eagles, Bears, and Seahawks and Cowboys. For Seahawks and Cowboys, I'll probably have to go with the Cowboys, but I'm going to say whichever team has more rushing yards is going to win the game.
I go Seahawks. I always feel Russell Wilson always has something up his sleeve during the playoffs. Him and Pete Carroll always find a way to work some magic in the playoffs. It's like insane. I don't know what it is about them, but they always find a way to do it. So I'm going to go with them on that one. Plus, Dak really can't throw.
I mean, Zeke is going to be getting like 30 looks.
Oh no, yeah, for sure. Oh yeah,
he's going to be getting like 30
anything
looks.
Shy, it's a bust.
Yeah, but he's going to be getting a lot of looks. Chris Carson's probably going to have a big game, but it's basically the defenses that are going to defense and run game, because either team is not really like a passing offense. They're more of like a run first offense. But I don't know. It's just gonna be weird seeing like Seahawks and Cowboys because like no one thought that the Cowboys would be in the playoffs. No one thought the Seahawks are gonna be there at all. If you told me that the Seahawks are gonna be in the playoff like the beginning of the year, I would tell you you're crazy. That defense has been better than everyone thought. That offensive line, everyone thought it was going to be terrible. It's actually been really good in the run, not so great in the pass. But Russell Wilson's elusive in the pocket.
Exactly.
So even if you have a terrible passing offensive line, it can really even out if you have like a Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, someone like that can escape the pocket. But Mahomes, yeah. I think it's more because of his youth.
No, yeah,
he's quick. I think once he gets older, he's going to be more of a pocket-based passer. But for Bears and Eagles, I'm not really sure who's going to win that.
I go with Chicago on that one.
If on my first instinct, I would have to say Chicago, but you have to think it's a very inexperienced team in the playoffs. You look at the Eagles, look what they did last year. So they're used to this. They're used to being the underdog. They're used to literally all of this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at first instinct, you're like, oh, Bears are going to kill them. The more you look at it, it's actually a very good matchup. Trubisky's young. Their run game isn't doing so good. Jordan Howard, I don't like him as a running back. Yeah. He's not good, in my opinion. He was good for like the first season he was in, but after that, he hasn't been that great. If you have him in fantasy, you definitely know how not really bad he is, just his production isn't good. Yeah. Probably because of Tariq Cohen. But the offense isn't that great for the Bears. If the Bears offense can score over 24 points consistently in the playoffs, they'll win the Super Bowl easily. Because that defense can hold literally every single team to under 24 points. Yeah. Look what they did to the Rams. Literally handcuffed them. The only team I could see them having a problem against is the Saints. That's pretty much it, because they have a veteran quarterback and he can literally conform to any team that they face. So that's where I kind of see rookie quarterbacks in the playoffs not being so great, just because of that preface right there of veteran quarterbacks in the playoffs traveling very well. Like, I think the Chargers are going to beat the Ravens just because Ravens don't have a passing offense. They're really just based on the run. And the Chargers have already seen that this year. So their RPOs and play actions, Chargers have seen that. They know how to play that. They know how to flow through it. They've also seen that defense in their schemes. So say during practice, they said, oh, this cornerback does this on this route. Boom, we're going to just go the other way or do whatever.
Yeah.
Like, say on a post route, the cornerback will jump it or he'll sit back on it. So hit a curl route if he sits back. So just certain things like that. If you already lost to them, you've learned more than winning. Because if you won, you haven't learned that much because like you did your part. If you lose, you're going to want to look at it more and study it more. After that win, the Ravens didn't look at that.
No.
Chargers looked at it more because they lost, because they want to learn from it, not just like, oh, we lost, whatever, go to the next game. No, they're going to watch it more than the Ravens. So the Chargers have learned more from that game, understood more. Who do you think is going to win? Chargers, Ravens.
Oh, Chargers, for sure.
Chargers. A veteran quarterback is going to be another tip of the scale. Chargers being fully healthy, getting Hunter Henry back, tight end.
Yep.
He practiced fully today. This is a Friday. We don't know when you're going to be listening to this or whatever, but he practiced fully today on Friday, January 4th, 2019. This is the first podcast of the new year. But, yeah, he practiced fully. Chargers are having Austin Eckler fully back, Melvin Gordon fully back, Hunter Henry fully back. We just signed Dexter McCoy. Probably we're going to see him at safety a lot in that game. He's going to be in like a big input in that defense on Sunday. He's played for the Chargers before, so he understands the schemes, the team, et cetera, et cetera. But that's going to be a big tip of the scale is veteran quarterback. Chargers already seeing them. And
he's got a full squad now.
he's
He's just got the weapons back. It's all he needed. Melvin Gordon's huge.
Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, Justin Jackson. That's a three-headed monster in the backfield. Antonio Gates, Virgil Green, and Hunter Henry at tight end. Three-headed monster. Mike Williams, Tyrell Williams, Travis Benjamin, and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that's a done deal.
And then you have Phillip Rivers at quarterback. And then Derek Watt at fullback. He's a very underrated fullback, I think.
Yeah.
He creates so much. Not a lot of people watch Chargers games because you're not fans, but Derek Watt is a very underrated fullback. He creates a lot of holes, and even in the passing game, he blocks very well for Phillip Rivers. But the only thing that offense is going to be looked at for is how the offensive line is going to block for Rivers, because when they faced the Ravens last time, they got to him a lot, and Chargers that really killed them because we had a good offensive line this year, but couple games we really slipped up, but I think as long as we protect Rivers, he'll be fine. But we just need to score. We only lost by 12 points last time. But what do you got for final score in that game?
I got Chargers 31, and I got Ravens 21. I give you guys a 10-point win.
I have a 10-point win as well. 27-17, Chargers win. And then we're probably looking at heading to, depending on the Colts-Texans, so I can't really say if the Chargers are going to play the Chiefs or the Patriots. You never know what's going to happen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
We've seen upset, blowouts, so you never know what's going to happen. If the Chargers go to New England, I think we can win. Easily, I think we can. If we go to Kansas City, that can easily go either way. But, I mean, you got to go with the Chargers because they just beat them a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I go with them. If they go to Kansas City, for sure. Like you said, rookie quarterback again. Mahomes is – well, no, he's not a rookie, second year.
I consider him a rookie. He started, one game last year? He doesn't have the experience.
So it's like Ben Simmons. Honestly, I feel Mahomes facing that team again, he's obviously going to try to do some stuff. But if we look back when he faced the Chargers, he tried to go too hard. And when he got pressured, he just forced his throws wherever he wanted to. He looks for Tyreek Hill and just flings it. And
he gets lucky on a lot of – he's like Steph Curry.
Yeah, exactly.
He just tucks stuff up, gets lucky. Hill has the speed, and he just takes it. but I don't think the Chiefs are that good. Defense is not good. Bottom 3 in the league. Literally, they ride on Mahomes' arm. That's really it, is they just ride on that arm. You get to Mahomes, get him some pressure, make sure the DBs stay on their man. That's a lockdown game, in my opinion. You score – when you play them, you have to score over 30 points. You have, because if you get in a shootout with the Chiefs, the Saints, the Rams, those teams, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
So you just need to score over 30 points easily. Colts and Texans, I'm going to say this is a simple game to go either way. If I had to put a gun to my head and ask me, who do you think is going to win? I'm going to say Texans. I don't know why, but I'm saying Texans. I know the Colts offense is very good. Marlon Mack, Andrew Luck, T.Y. Hilton. That offensive line is killer. Top 5 in the league this year. But Texans defense is really what's going to tip the scale for me. And Watson being able to get out of the pocket more. For the Texans to win this game easily and simply is getting Lamar Miller 20 carries. Getting it up the middle on the Colts. Colts haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher yet this season. So not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of people think that of the Colts. They just think they're – so, yeah, no one really knows that. But I think the Texans are going to win. That's just my pick. A lot of people are going to pick the Colts just because of their offense. Andrew Luck having a good season. Marlon Mack, Eric Ebron having a very sleeper season. T.Y. Hilton's going to kill them. T.Y. Hilton, his numbers against the Texans are amazing. He has, in 14 games, he has 1,500 receiving yards.
Damn.
Yeah, he has 15.
Wow.
He has 1,500 receiving yards in 14 games against the Colts. He's going to have a good day. But for some reason, I think the Texans win. But I don't think the Texans go far. But who do you think is going to be the AFC, coming out of the AFC right now?
Right now?
We're going to be breaking this down more next week as the playoffs get smaller. So we're going to keep doing our picks. Because obviously, say right now he picks like Ravens and Bears. He's probably not. Ravens and Bears for say he picks Ravens and Bears for the Super Bowl, and then they both get eliminated in the first round. Obviously, that's not going to be his pick next week. So we're just going to keep updating them every week until we obviously get to the Super Bowl. So that's pretty much it. But for the AFC coming out, as a Chargers fan, it's tough not to go with them. But, I mean, you kind of have to look at them. Veteran quarterback, great top 5 defense. That offense is back, fully healthy. It literally just comes down to protecting Rivers.
Yeah. So I have either the Patriots, because we played stellar on Sunday against the Jets. We haven't looked that good in a while. Everything's starting to click. And, Brady Belichick in the playoffs, it's just like, it's perfect.
You got to look at the Patriots as the opposite of the Chargers. Not healthy.
Yep.
Not having a great defense. Offensive line doing pretty well. It's just literally Brady turning people into weapons.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I think we could probably see a Chargers-Patriots AFC Championship game.
I was exactly going to say that.
I think that's my prediction. Chargers-Patriots AFC Championship game. For some reason, I think the Chargers are going to beat them easily. That's just my pick because I feel like the Patriots they're going to undermine them. People keep undermining the Chargers. Went 12-4, should have been 13-3. I'm not going to talk about the Broncos game. We played really bad and lost by 1 point. Played really bad against the Ravens a couple weeks ago, lost by 12, and they had a last-minute touchdown. So I'm not really worried about the playoffs. I think we're going to beat the Ravens pretty handedly. Just protect Rivers, that's a win. But Chargers, Patriots, we can agree on that for the AFC Championship game. Now, NFC Championship game, I think that's pretty simple. I think we're getting Rams and Saints. Eagles, Bears, don't think they could beat either team. Seahawks, Cowboys, not a shot at beating. I know Cowboys have beaten the Saints before. This is a little bit different, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is Breeze in the playoffs. Kamara healthy. Ingram healthy. Michael Thomas. They have stacked defense. Defense is playing good. I don't know. I'm just Saints and Rams. That's going to be the NFC Championship game. I say Saints win that game just because of Breeze. Literally just because of Breeze. Rams, I don't know. It'll be a good matchup. I just think Breeze will tip the scale because literally Rams are going to ride on that defense for the playoffs, and
They are.
Breeze he could tear apart that defense. To be honest,
He could if the O-line stands up. Because I look at the Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald's possibly the best defensive player in the league. He could win MVP this year.
Yes,
as a defensive player, which is insane. And I think Drew Brees being 6 foot, not the biggest specimen of a human or freak of nature. He's 6 feet. He worked hard to get where he was, to get where he is, to get that championship. And he plays with a chip on his shoulder. But I think when you get Ndamukong Suh and Aaron Donald in your face 13 times a night, that's gonna be it's gonna be pretty tough. Your body's gonna start taking some big hits. Aaron Donald and Ndamukong Suh. Ndamukong Suh's a little dirty, but
and Dante Fowler.
Yeah.
Robert Quinn's on there. He's on the Dolphins. I keep forgetting that. They have another. Oh, Michael Brockers. Yep. That's it. That other defensive end. 4 first-round picks on that defensive line. It's their secondary is good. It's linebackers. I don't know. That Rams defense is very good, but it hasn't played as good this year.
Yeah, for sure.
It hasn't played as good as people thought. I'll say that. They've been good, but not what people thought. But I think the tipping of the scale is going to be the Rams offense having only Cooks and Woods on the outside. They don't have a viable tight end. That offensive line is really good for them. They have Gurley, CJ Anderson. I don't know. I'm just hoping that team, if they can stay healthy, they could definitely compete against the Saints. So it can go either way, but I'm going to pick the Saints for now. If either team is like a big injury, that could tip the scale.
Yeah.
But as of now, I have to go with the Saints just because they have a veteran quarterback.
Oh, man. Imagine if they still had Dez.
If they did have Dez.
Oh, man.
But he only played 2 days. So in practice.
Yeah.
So, but we could be looking at an all LA Super Bowl. Rams, Chargers. This is a good stat. The 4 losses the Chargers have had this year. Broncos, we avenged the last week of the year. Chiefs, we avenged. Rams, yet to avenge. Ravens, yet to avenge on Sunday. So we can possibly avenge our remaining 2 losses that we haven't already, which is Ravens and Rams. We could beat the Ravens on Sunday, and then we could beat the Rams in the Super Bowl. So all our 4 losses in the regular season will basically be canceled out, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So we've really beaten them back to kind of get our losses back, but in a more meaningful way, because obviously it's in the playoffs. So it's kind of a stick it to you. We beat you in the playoffs. You beat us in the regular season, So I think Chargers do have that motive to go. People undermine them. They're that underdog. You can compare them to the Eagles last year.
Yeah, for sure.
They're going to be literally comparable to the Eagles. After they win against the Ravens, they're going to be like, oh, this might be that underdog team. We're not favored against the Ravens for some reason, just because we lost a couple weeks ago by 12 points and a last-minute touchdown. Give me a break. And we held them to under 350 total yards in that game, and like 160 of it was just rushing. So that's pretty much it. They passed for under 200 yards. It was terrible. So, and people still think they're good for some reason, just because their defense is so stellar. It's not really that good. Chargers couldn't move the ball. Bad play calling. Early interception by Rivers. Fumble by Gates. So it was really just bad play by the Chargers. It wasn't really they didn't have a bunch of forced fumbles. They didn't have like 4 interceptions. They didn't lock down people. Just not, in my opinion, a great defense. Yeah, they're a good defense. I just don't think they're that great. So pretty much it. I think Chargers, Saints right now for the Super Bowl. I don't know. Chargers my Super Bowl pick. Undermined, veteran quarterback. Defense is still playing great the past couple weeks. Just if that offense scores over 30 points consistently, I know it's hard to do consistently, but if they do that, it's a Super Bowl team. Just look at their team. I know people will say I'm a fan. I know people will say whatever. Just look at the team. That's all you have to do. Look at all the offensive players I've mentioned. Look at the pass rushing duo of Melvin Ingram and Joey Bosa. That right there. Then you have the secondary, them getting healthy. We're thin at linebacker. That's the only thing I'm concerned on for the defense is just thin at linebacker. For the offense, I'm concerned at protecting Rivers. Protect Rivers, we're set for the playoffs. That's pretty much it.
It might just be your guys' year.
I'm telling you, it's our year. People keep saying it's our year. It's a Chargers year, et cetera, et cetera. But we'll see what happens. We'll be doing more on the playoffs. We have a little bit more breaking news later in the podcast. We'll be doing some more stuff throughout the next week, putting out some polls, having more discussions. We might be doing a special podcast in a couple weeks for the Super Bowl. We might be doing a viewing party here at my house for the Super Bowl. So we might be going live for that a little bit to talk about the game and break it down. So we're very spread out right now. Me, Antonio, Angelo, and the other Matt are all up here. Dom is in New Jersey. LJ is in Florida. So we're a little bit spread out. We're going to be bringing in more people to do different stuff. My friend JJ from Wisconsin, he's going to be doing more. We're expanding a lot. We got the merchandise rolling out. More breaking news coming later that I'll tell you guys about, which you're going to be very excited for. But right now we're going to move into NFL head coaching, firings, hirings, rumors, whatever it may be. Antonio's going to take us away for that.
All right. So, number one, thank you, Jets, for firing Todd Bowles, possibly the worst coach in the NFL. He is terrible. He should not have another starting job ever. Vance Joseph, the Broncos told him bye-bye. It's a tough season for them. I'm not going to lie. I thought Case Keenum was going to be good for them. It didn't work out very well. It's what you could hope for. A 6-10 season after getting Case Keenum. He's not that great. Marvin Lewis, finally the Bengals said goodbye to this no-win playoff coach who, to me, I don't know why he had a job for. So his record is 131, 122, and 3 draws. Why is this man a coach?
Hold up, ladies and gentlemen. I just got something. Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama is bringing over 400 family members to the national championship game.
He just bought a plane.
He just bought
400 family members?
405.
Oh, my goodness.
Whatever. Back to the NFL stuff.
All right. Tua, congratulations. I hope you get a W. Adam Gase from the Dolphins. It was a decent season, 7-9. Steve Wilkes is gone from Arizona.
One season. He was fired after one season. He was supposed to be like the next big thing, and he's supposed to turn the team around. He's supposed to give him a different mindset. Antonio's a little sick, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're coughing, sneezing, throwing up, whatever it may be,
pardon me.
he's been sick. So
Dirk
Coder.
Yeah, that's a no-go. Terrible season for the Bucs. Hopefully they bounce back next year. They have some good players. I like some of their guys. I like Mike Evans a lot. Hugh Jackson was fired mid-season.
Then went to the Bengals. He really turned that team around. Well, he didn't go for the head coaching position. He was just like a advisor, some weird position, advisor to the head coach, or assistant to the head coach. He wasn't assistant head coach. He was assistant to the head coach.
Yeah, so two.
He's kind of like Dwight Schrute.
Yeah.
From The Office,
Yep.
Assistant to the regional manager, not assistant regional manager, assistant to the regional manager.
So that's 2 losing coaches playing for the same team. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't go well. Congrats to Baker for being a man and telling him, no, don't come shake me or give me a hug after you left. You went to an opposing team. Mike McCarthy was fired mid-season.
A little bit later in the season.
Yeah.
Because he went, 12 games?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like 3/4 through the season.
And pretty much it. Those are all the coaches that are gone.
So there's going to be a lot of openings. We don't really want to speculate on who's going where and who's doing what because the amount of possibilities there can be of coaches going certain places. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you can't say, oh, they're definitely going to go here. That's harder because you can do that for players because say they have a need. Say like the Texans need a running back, which they do, which is a top landing spot for Le'Veon Bell. Jets, Colts, Texans, top 3 teams to get Le'Veon Bell. But it's easier for players to say, oh, they're going to go here because you can narrow it down to 3 teams. You got it because you can fill a head coaching position with these guys, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, assistant. You can do so many things with these guys. Players, They play one position. So if a team needs one position, it's on their list. But head coaching, if you're a head coach or fired coach, you can fill multiple voids in different teams, front office, on the field, whatever it may be. But there's a lot of things. So moving on to David Robertson signing with the Phillies and what it means for other free agents and teams. Yankees were set to be in the market. Red Sox, knew the Astros were kind of in the mix a little bit. I know the Dodgers wanted him. But the Phillies ended up getting him on a 2-year, $23 million deal, all guaranteed. That's a small contract for him.
Yeah.
If you look at his stats, which Antonio has here in just a second, that's a small contract for what we're about to tell you in his stats. Everyone knows I do stats for ESPN, NBC Sports. We do a lot of stats for Open Table Sports. We love having stats on the podcast. We love having stats on our accounts and stuff like that. But he's going to tell you some of his stats for his career.
All right. So David Robertson was amazing last year for the Yankees in the playoffs, 2018. He went 8-3 for the season. His win-loss record was percentage was 7.27, and he had ERA of 3.23, which was amazing because he pitched in 69 games. He personally is one of my favorite relievers in the game. I don't know why the Yankees wouldn't offer him a little more than that just to stay with us. I mean, you left us once to go play with Chicago and
got traded back.
And then you leave again. I feel like the Yankees should have thrown him some money because I don't like Betances that much anymore, and I'd rather have David Robertson.
Betances is still doing pretty good. His curve, fastball, mix-up is very good. Plus his height really helps him.
Yeah, that's the thing that gets him over the top.
With the Yankees they're going to turn to Ottavino, and they want Britton. They want him very bad. They're going to get Britton.
Yeah.
I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm going to strongly advise they're going to get Zach Britton because they need a lefty reliever in that bullpen. Right now, they only have Chapman as a lefty.
Yeah.
That's it. So they're going to get Zach Britton because, one, they need a lefty. Two, they just need another arm completely.
Yeah.
So I think they're going to get Britton, and it's a high possibility that they get Ottavino too. Ottavino from New York, hometown guy, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I think they get both of them. They do have the payroll right now to get Ottavino, Britton, Harper, and Machado. They have the payroll to do that, and other small pieces as well.
Yeah.
But they already have them. They got Tulowitzki, which we'll be talking about in a little bit. Right now, they do have the payroll to get all these guys. Super Bowl winning team, if they get a Super Bowl, what am I talking about? We're talking about NFL too much. So a World Series championship team, if they get all these guys. I think right now they're in contention. They get all these guys, I wouldn't even have the season, to be honest. They get Ottavino, Britton, Machado, and Harper on top of Stanton, Judge, Hicks. Hicks is very underrated.
Yeah.
He's a top 5 center fielder in the league. I don't care what anyone says. Go look at his stats, everyone.
He's a great table setter.
Also, go look at his defensive rankings as well.
Yep.
Then you have Torres, Didi's coming back later in the season, Miguel Andujar,
Luke Voigt,
the
kid who was a stud at the end of the season.
A comeback season, and Gary Sanchez that I'm predicting.
Yep.
Dude, he's going to have a comeback season on top of, look who we have as our starting rotation. Severino, Tanaka, Paxton, Montgomery coming back.
CC.
CC. I feel like we're missing someone out.
There's someone.
I don't know why we're missing someone out. But you think CC's going to have a good season?
Time tells.
He had a record season last year. Career season. You looked at the stats for last season or
Yeah.
not?
So, I figured after that last year, which was amazing, I think
J.A. Happ.
Yes, there we go. That was
Dude, the starting rotation, you have Severino, Paxton, Tanaka, Happ, Sabathia, and then trading away Sonny Gray, get back something reasonably good. And then on top of that, you have Montgomery returning, Dellin Betances, Chad Green, Tommy Canley, Jonathan Holder, Domingo Acevedo, and then Aroldis Chapman. Then you have a lineup already with Andujar, Torres, Didi Gregorius returning, Sanchez. I think he's going to have a comeback year. Clint Frazier, Aaron Hicks, Judge, Stanton. Someone we haven't talked about in a while, Jacoby Ellsbury. For some mad reason, I think he's going to have a pretty good season. Has had a lot of time off to get healthy. a lot of time off to get better overall. I think he has a good year. Not great, not hitting 280. I think he hits about 270.
Do you think him and Brett share time in left?
Center.
So
They're going to be in center. You're going to have Stanton. I don't know. It's going to be weird.
Because I like Hicks in center. That man can cover some ground.
Yeah, but Gardner, speed. You got to forget. I mean, you got to remember. Ellsbury is speed, man. But he's older. I get that. He's older. He's had injuries.
Older.
But imagine if we get like the 2008 Ellsbury back. Oh, my God. This would be the best team in baseball. Not ever. Obviously not. But it could be a great team. But I think the Yankees right now, I wouldn't say they're in prime position for the World Series. Need to get Britton. Need to get Ottavino. Machado's already going to the Yankees. There's not a done deal yet, but he's going there. Get Ottavino. They don't need Harper. If they get Harper, they're most likely trading away Hicks and Andujar for like a crazy package for like a top first baseman.
Yeah.
Because what I would do is I would sign Harper. I don't know, but then you have like, dude, can you imagine Stanton, Harper, and Judge?
That's deadly. And then you think about the guys that go after that and the table setters for him, right? Jacoby, speed. Brett, speed. Aaron Hicks, a switch hitter who can lead off. He can hit in the second spot. Like, it doesn't matter. And then after that, you have, like, where do you even fit Didi? You fit Sanchez in there.
Torres.
Like, dude.
Luke Voigt.
Dude. We're going to need more positions.
I know. We're going to have to start making up positions. Left center field. We're going to start doing 4 outfielders like softball. Yeah, like doing softball. Do left center, right field, left field. We're going to start making up center infield, different positions.
Put a guy behind the pitcher in between second base.
The thing that really got away from the Yankees last year was pitching.
Yeah.
That's what killed them. But re-signed Happ, got Paxton, Severino. I think Tanaka has a good year. I think get some better bullpen positions. It's going to be a good team next year.
So what do you think that means for Britton and Ottavino now that David Roberts is off the table? You think they get whatever they want?
Yeah, they're going to be higher paid than they were.
Right.
Obviously, because there's really no other top bullpen positions. Everyone else is gone. Right now, it's just Britton, Ottavino. Pretty much it.
Hank just slides the check over already signed, and they just fill it out?
Yeah, they just fill it out. Yeah.
All right.
But you got to remember, David Robertson, he doesn't have an agent. He represents himself. He negotiates his own deals. He negotiates everything for himself.
They go to law school?
No, you just do it by yourself. Some athletes do it. They don't hire an agent. They don't like pay an agent to do work for them. They literally travel everywhere and negotiate stuff themselves.
Props to you, David. $23 million.
Negotiated by him. Imagine negotiating a $23 million contract. Oh, never mind. That's just BS. Someone sent me something to trade Clint Frazier for Corey Kluber.
Why send him back?
I don't know. But whatever. But more stats on David Robertson.
David Robertson, 9 years with the Yankees, 38 and 22. Right, we're not worried about that. The ERA is 2.75 over his entire career. In 2017, the year that we lost to the defending champs of the Houston Astros, David Robertson put up a 1.03 ERA in 30 games pitched with us. That's pretty freaking good. It's a hitter's ballpark over there in Philly. I do hope the best for David. You're a great guy. Now I know that you even negotiate for yourself even better. But it's going to be tough over there. It's a hitter's ballpark. I don't know where Philly's getting this money from.
They have tons of money. And they, right when the regular season ends, they're like, yeah, we're going to spend stupid money.
Yeah, like, what the hell's up with these guys? These guys are willing to throw anything to anyone.
But Philly, they were supposed to get everyone, and they literally got, like, David Robertson. That's it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. Even the White Sox, they were in contention for a bunch of people. They got some scrubs. But just probably means that Britton, Ottavino are going to get, like, higher pay. But Britton wants a 4-year deal, and he's willing to wait until February for it. And Harper is wanting a big deal. He's willing to wait till February for a deal. Would you wait till February for a deal? That's literally like right at the start of spring training as well.
I kind of want to be secure and knowing where I'm going. Like, if you literally sign the day before spring training, then you have to get stuff in order. You have to get, obviously, these guys are going to get paid. So they have to get condos for where they're going to be at near the stadium.
Or even, if you sign a 10-year deal, you're getting a house.
Yeah, exactly.
You're getting a house.
Harper's got to find a freaking $1 million mansion.
More than that, $1 million mansion.
No, like multi-million-dollar mansion. His mansion going to be like $20 million or something like that. He's going to have like a batting cage in his backyard. Like, it's going to be crazy.
A lot of them have it in their basement. And the pitchers, they have pitching ranges.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many things you got to set up. Why wait so long? Why hold out? Give the fans what they want. You let us know where you're going, and then you either gain haters or you gain fans. Let us know where you're going. I want to know, Harper, you coming to New York? You definitely not staying in D.C. You're going to play with Chris Bryant, who you spent New Year's with? What's going on? Like, just let us know. Like, why are we waiting so much for you to then tell us the day before spring training, oh, yeah, I'm going to sign him?
Mm-hmm. Well, White Sox out on them. Phillies are in on both of them. Not likely. Nationals want to re-sign him. As we were told earlier today, we already tweeted it out. We've been told by someone close to the situation that Nationals are willing to spend stupid money on Harper because they want to win a ring. Their owner said that. He's told people close with us that they're willing to spend money on a lot more people, and they said that they're not done in free agency now.
Well, like, what else could they possibly want? They had one of the best pitching staffs in over a decade and didn't win anything.
Yeah, because their offense was terrible last year. But moving on to the NFL, the Jaguars have voided guaranteed money in Leonard Fournette's contract from his rookie contract because of his suspension in 2018. The team is thinking about trading him because of his play and attitude. What are your thoughts on this?
As a Patriot fan, I'm excited.
What would you say as a football? What are your football thoughts about it?
I mean, I can understand where they're coming from as a unit, but still, the guy was your first-round pick. He was supposed to be your head honcho in the backfield for the days to come. You guys had an amazing squad last year. I don't know what the hell happened. And now it's just deteriorating, and you have a bunch of – I don't want to call Leonard Fournette an ego guy, but you have a bunch of big egos in the same locker room. Jalen Ramsey, he looks like he just like is a troublemaker. Like the kind of guy you have a face you just want to punch when you see it.
Yeah.
That looks like me for that's what I look like when I look at Jalen Ramsey.
We're starting fights here on the Open Table Sports podcast.
Yeah.
We're gonna start beef.
I just think they have a lot of big name guys that play positions that they feel like, I'm trying to think of the word. It's like one man can make the position happen.
Yeah.
So like when you get those guys, they're basically they become divas when they don't get their way. You can't have 4 divas all wanting what they want, and then it's just not going to work out.
Kind of sounds like the Warriors.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like the Warriors. I swear to God, if I ever see Kevin Durant or Draymond Green on the street, I will chokeslam them to oblivion.
So I'm glad
we're starting beef here on the podcast. We're creating some heat. You know what? Any tag team match, me and Antonio versus Kevin Durant and Draymond Green, or Leonard Fournette and Jalen Ramsey. We're starting stuff. The Open Table Sports podcast. You know, right now, we'll come for those championships, Warriors. We'll take your rings. We're obviously messing around, people. So don't go adding people under our stuff.
No, you can add Draymond Green. I don't like him.
Yeah.
You kick Steven Adams in the balls twice. You don't do that, bro. Some jacked up stuff.
Yeah. So next we'll move into the Mariners signing Yusei Kikuchi on a 4-year, $43 million deal. I just have one question for the Mariners. What are you doing? Top international prospect for this year, probably top 5, not of all time, but like recent memory. And what are they doing? They traded their whole team away, and then they sign a top prospect. Or not, he's basically a prospect, I would say, because he's new to the MLB. But they sign a top guy. We'll say top guy. What are you doing?
I don't think they know what they're doing at this point.
I don't know.
It makes no sense. So you trade Robinson Cano, who you gave everything to. Edwin Diaz, your best reliever. Did they let Nelson Cruz go?
He was a free agent.
Right?
He signed with the Twins.
Right? Yes, exactly. You let Nelson Cruz walk.
They didn't have any interest in him at all. They didn't offer him anything. They didn't talk with him. They basically just said, here you go.
So you're going to ride on, I forgot to say his last name, Kikuchi?
Yeah, Kikuchi.
Kikuchi and Ben Gamel? What the hell are you doing? What the hell are Ben Gamel and Kikuchi? Those are the only two players I can think of on their team.
Edwin Encarnacion.
He hasn't been good since the Toronto run with Jose Bautista flipping the bat.
Yeah.
Like, and I hate him too. That stupid little parrot thing. At him under this too.
I don't know. I just can't really think of anything to say about this signing because it doesn't make sense. He should have went to a contender. I would have never signed with them. But back to the Warriors. Warriors have explored and thought about trading for there's all speculation right now for Pelicans power forward center Anthony Davis. Who would the Warriors have to give up in order to land Anthony Davis from the Pelicans? There's no way the Pelicans are going to give him to them and not get back Klay Thompson or Draymond Green.
I think they got to give up both to get him.
Would you, if you're the Warriors, would you give up Klay Thompson and Draymond Green straight up for Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
Both of them, straight up.
Yep. Draymond, he's a good defensive player, but he's kind of overrated because he's on the Warriors. Klay has been waiting for his time to splurge and break out in his own way because I can feel him being a star player somewhere else. He's just not getting the shine that he deserves right now. And, yeah, I mean, AD's a once-in-a-lifetime player. The guy used to play the 2 guard. Now he's a starting 5. He has handles. He can shoot the 3. He can post up. He can play face to the basket. He can do whatever he wants.
Well, because this could open up the door to the Warriors trading for J.R. Smith and having him fill that void at the 2 guard.
Yep.
So, depending on what they want to do, you could end up seeing Curry, J.R. Smith, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, and DeMarcus Cousins in the playoffs.
And didn't the Nuggets just waive Nick Young?
Nick Young, so he could end up back with the Warriors.
Bring back Swaggy P. That could be cool. The no T-shirt bros, Swaggy P and J.R. Smith.
That'd be pretty good. That's all speculation right now. We're not going to talk too much on speculation. We're just updating you on some stuff, our thoughts about it. That's what we like to give. Back to some more drama with the Steelers now. I know you have some thoughts on that. Antonio Brown possibly asking for a trade. It wasn't an official trade offer. Wasn't an official trade proclamation, but he has expressed some thoughts about wanting to be traded. Where he goes, undecided. If he goes somewhere, do they trade him to another contender? Do they trade him to just a random team? I don't know. I think a Seahawks team would love him because you add him, Russell Wilson, maybe they sign. I think it's a big possibility that wherever Antonio Brown might go, Le'Veon Bell could end up there as well.
Vice versa. Wherever Le'Veon signs first, Antonio Brown might follow.
But would the Steelers trade Antonio to a team that Le'Veon Bell is already on?
Ooh.
That's why I would see it in reverse.
Yeah.
Ooh. I would see it in reverse that way. But because say they trade Antonio Brown, I think the Cowboys could vouch for him.
Yeah.
I would trade them Michael Gallup.
Yep.
I would trade them I hate to say it, but I would give them maybe Jalen Smith at linebacker because
they have a lot of defensive stars. They could do something and try to get into
but Cowboys could just throw first rounders and second rounders at them. You could give them like 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and like 1 7th round, and then Michael Gallup for just Antonio Brown. Who says no?
Yeah, exactly.
You get 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, and like a 7th round pick just as another body. Then you get Michael Gallup. He fills the wide receiver void, and you get all these picks for the future. Right now, Steelers, you lost Bell, basically losing Brown. Big Ben's on his way out. James Conner, not really the answer. Offensive line, it's a pretty old offensive line when you look at it.
Yeah.
It's good, but it's on the older side. Defense is not that great for them. Not that great. Yeah, you have TJ Watt. Other than that, defensive line, Cam Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, it's average. That's average to me. Linebackers, you're not that deep after all the injuries. James Harrison leaving, Shazier getting injured. Basically, you have like Bud Dupree at linebacker.
Yeah.
Safety, they have that Edmonds, the rookie.
Yep.
He's all right. Joe Hayden at cornerback, that's an average defense to me. Average. But if I'm the Steelers, I'm trading away Antonio Brown. Simple as that. If any, and then I don't know. I would just trade him away. He's not good for locker room. No one's going to want to go to the Steelers if they have Big Ben, AB, and James. I don't think James Conner's that good. It's literally the offensive line that's good. Because look at the other backup running backs that they had. They had like 100-yard rushing games when Conner was out. So, I mean, but that's why I don't think James Conner is that good. He had a lot of down games this year as well. But I'd trade him away. I would have Cowboys, Seahawks, 49ers could be in play.
I like the idea of the 49ers. Give Jimmy G another target. Him and Kittles together on the offense.
But then you'd probably see Marquise Goodwin go back.
Yeah.
Give up like a couple first rounders. And then you get Jerick McKinnon back. Maybe they sign Le'Veon Bell. Who knows? Speculation right now. Something that is already confirmed. Back to the MLB. Yankees signed Troy Tulowitzki to a 1-year, $550,000 minimum deal. I know I am a huge fan of this deal. I will tell you day in, day out, beginning to end, this is a perfect deal. In his career, he's had a couple down years, but that's because of injury. But he's not an everyday guy. That's the thing.
Yeah.
He's not going to be an everyday guy. He's not going to be like a main person. He's in Duhar, Torres, Voit, Greg Bird. I don't care about him.
Yep, trade him.
I'll push him in oncoming traffic. I don't care about that. Sanchez, Judge, Stanton, Hicks, Gardner, Frazier. He's not going to be a main person. He's just going to be that back burner type of guy for now. Even if he just hits 260 with 20 home runs on $550,000, dude,
I take it.
I'll take that.
He's a veteran too, and when his time in Colorado, possibly the best shortstop in the league at that time, and he can teach Andujar how to play defense.
He's going to help.
Good stuff.
Plus, he plays good defense. It's not like he's terrible at defense or et cetera,
Exactly.
et cetera. He plays good defense.
Yeah.
Ladies and
He
gentlemen.
goes out there and teaches Andujar how to stop the freaking ball.
He's going to help Andujar. He's going to help Torres kind of grow up.
Yep.
But not that Torres has a locker room problem. It just he gives him that mature side of like, hey, don't do this shit in the future. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, it's not like he has locker room problems. It's just like, say you're young, I'm a veteran. I'm going to come in. Say you have questions. What do I do if this happens?
Exactly.
Or say you do something and I'm like, hey, you can do this better. You know what I mean? So just stuff like that. He's going to help.
That's their job, man. CC loves doing it. That's why CC stays.
And he
loves helping the kids.
He took not a minimum deal, but he took like a little bit less money than he would have gotten elsewhere or whatever. That's pretty much it. I love the deal. He's going to help other people. He's going to be a mainstay in that lineup for this year. I'm telling you, he's going to have a good year.
He's not a pull hitter either, which makes me happy. He can go Oppo.
Dude, he's going to have a good year. He's going to be out for revenge too.
Yeah, for sure.
For the Blue Jays releasing him, basically saying, we don't care about you. Dude, wait till he plays the Blue Jays this year.
We played Toronto like 30 times this year.
We always do.
I know.
I'm going to that first game. Me and you got to go to that first game.
Is it at home or is it in Toronto?
I don't know. Wherever I'll drive to Toronto. I don't care. But
I'm cool.
Yeah. Now for the rundown, we're running on 50 minutes right now, ladies and gentlemen, and we're now hitting the rundown. As we said before, Nuggets waived guard Nick Young. Blue Jays acquired left-handed starting pitcher Clayton Richard. Ron Rivera returning to the Panthers for 2019. I think he's a good coach. What weapons does Cam Newton have?
He doesn't.
Thank you. So he's got Christian McCaffrey. I'll say that.
Yeah, but that's it. Like that's the whole team.
And that's a running back, not a receiver.
Exactly.
Olsen, kick him to the curb. who's your top receiver? Devin Funchess? Might as well put me and you out there at receiver.
Hey, listen, I can run some routes. I mean, I'm a little big, but I can run some routes.
He's got quick feet. Phillies and Astros have shown interest in trading for defensive back. Diamondback. It says D-back. So to me, DB is defensive back. Diamondback starting pitcher Robbie Ray. Bills signed quarterback Derek Anderson a 1-year extension. Good veteran quarterback. Titans outside linebacker Brian Orakpo retired the other day. Lakers have extensive interest in trading for Carmelo Anthony and use him as a key bench role player. What are your thoughts on that?
I'm a huge Melo fan. I'm a Knick fan. And so I love Melo. Melo, if you ever see us, I love you, bro. Just give us a follow back. A quick shout out. I love that. I feel like that'd be good. Apparently things were not working well in Houston. I don't know what was going on over there, but it doesn't happen anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. James Harden is balling this year. That's cool for them, right? That's all fine and dandy. Chris Paul got hurt. That's one of Melo's best friends. That didn't work out. LeBron James, to me, the GOAT, who can make anyone around him better. You get Melo and LeBron. They're both big. They can play the two. I mean, they can play the 3 and the 4. You alternate them. And it's just, there's a connection there. Melo can score down the stretch on anyone. It's only going to be good for them. And like I said, like that veteran thing with Tulowitzki going to the Yankees, helping Glaber mature up, Melo's going to help Ingram. Melo and LeBron are going to help Ingram and Kuzma become studs. Absolute studs. They're going to tear the league apart when LeBron gets older. I think it's only up if he goes there. And he can get a ring. That's all we want Melo to do is get a ring, and then you can retire on that. That's it.
Yeah, not in the West with the Warriors sitting there. The Lions and offensive coordinator Jim Bob Cooter, the best name ever. Jim Bob Cooter parted ways. The Bills fired offensive line coach Juan Castillo. They also fired their wide receiver coach. Colts waived cornerback Jalen Collins. 49ers have shown interest in trading for Giants wide receiver Odell Beckham Jr. Vikings tried to trade for Rams tight end Tyler Higbee earlier this season. The Vikings offered a 7th rounder. The Rams countered with the 6th rounder, and that's why the deal wasn't made.
Really?
Yeah. The Vikings offered a 7th rounder straight up for him, but then the Rams countered back with, no, we want a 6th rounder. And then the Vikings were like, nope.
That's why they're sitting at home. You guys are dumb. Stupid.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't get it. So like the Vikings said, we'll give up a 7th rounder. Rams said, no, we want a 6th rounder. And then the Vikings were like, no.
But you pay Sam Bradford $1 gazillion to do nothing? All right, whatever.
Sam Bradford was actually on both of those teams, Rams and Vikings before.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny. Rafael Nadal has withdrawn from Brisbane. He still expects to play in the Australian Open. The Nuggets have shown high interest in trading for Cavaliers forward Kevin Love. We were told the other night. Mavericks have high interest in signing or trading for Wizards forward Otto Porter Jr. We were told the other night as well. The Devils signed head coach John Hines to a contract extension. I don't know why, because their team is straight cheeks. Mm-hmm. Oregon center Bull is out for the season with a foot injury. The Grizzlies acquired forward Justin Holiday from the Bulls for Marshawn Brooks, Wayne Selden Jr., and 2 second-round picks. That is not worth it at all. That's a lot for Justin Holiday.
That kid's not that good.
I don't know how they got 2 players and 2 second-round picks. That's basically 4 players for one guy.
And the Grizzlies did that?
Yeah, the Grizzlies acquired. And they're not even a playoff team. Well, actually, they might be in the playoff. Yeah, doesn't matter. They're not, even if they do, they're not doing anything.
Yeah, they're not doing anything. So,
Cardinals locked up the first-round pick of the 2019 NFL Draft, likely to pick Nick Bosa, defensive end out of Ohio State. John Wall is out for the rest of the season because an injured heel. He needs surgery on. The Jets signed wide receiver Quincy Numa to a 4-year, $36 million extension. Bills defensive tackle Kyle Williams retired. Angels signed catcher Jonathan Lucroy to a 1-year, $3.35 million deal. Falcons fired offensive coordinators Steve Sarkisian. Rockets signed guard Austin Rivers for the rest of the season. That's it for the rundown today. We didn't have any halftime viewer mail because we wanted to extensively talk about the NFL and all the other MLB signings. But our big breaking news that we have to end is from now on, every day, 7:00 p.m. Eastern time, we will be going live on YouTube like this. It'd either be just me, just him, just Angelo, just LJ, just Matt, whoever it may be. It could be 2 of us, could be 3 of us, depending on who's together, who's free, whatever it may be. We will be doing about a half hour, 15-minute. It's not a podcast. It'll be called the Open Table Sports Daily Recap. It's simple. 15 minutes to a half hour recapping what happened that day. And then our Friday podcasts will be like everything in the week summed up. So our daily recaps are just what happened that day, a little bit of a talk. It's basically just a rundown of the day, a recap, daily recap, short. So it's good for you guys. Put it out on social media. You guys can just pop in, watch it 15, 30 minutes, whatever you want to watch, whatever happened that day. Say you had a 4-hour flight. Oh, what happened today? Go to Open Table Sports. You type in the daily recap for that day. Boom. You have all your news from what happened that day. It's really simple. How many places do that? Daily recap, besides like ESPN, obviously, for SportsCenter.
Bunch.
How many places do a daily recap? Were they live every day, half-hour segment?
Oh, no one.
They recap everything happened for the day. That's why Open Table Sports are making moves here. We want to cater to you guys, what you guys want, what you guys need, just what benefits you guys, because we're not obviously giving out news and thoughts and rumors for our benefit, because we could sit here and talk to each other all day and all night and talk about sports together. No, we're here for you guys. So let us know what you want. Hopefully these daily recaps, you guys will like them. We'll be adding some more stuff in the future. That's pretty much it for today. We run around an hour for our podcast, depending on how much news we have. But next week, we'll be running around an hour. If not a lot of stuff happens next week, because our news for the podcast runs Saturday to that Friday. So basically anything that happens the week before and after, that's pretty much it. So anything you guys need, want, or specify, just let us know. DM us, DM me, DM him. We're all the admins for the accounts. We all have access to them. So just let us know what you guys want. But let us know your thoughts on the daily recaps as well. That's pretty much it for today. Anything else to say, Antonio?
Nothing much. Just follow us, OTS, on Instagram and Twitter.